April 28th, 1926, Volume 19. How the Virgin Surpassed Everyone in Suffering. Afterwards, I was thinking to myself, it is true that my Queen Mama made the greatest of sacrifices, which no one else has made. That is, not even wanting to know her own will, but only that of God. And through this she embraced all sorrows, all pains, up to the heroism of sacrifice, sacrificing her own son in order to do the supreme will. But once she made this sacrifice, everything she suffered afterwards was the effect of her first act. Nor did she have to struggle as we do, in different circumstances, in unforeseen encounters, in unexpected losses. It is a constant struggle, to the point of making our hearts bleed for fear that we might surrender to our own belligerent human wills. How much attention one must have so that the supreme will may always keep its place of honor and its supremacy over everything, and many times this struggle is harsher than the pain itself. But while I was thinking of this, my lovable Jesus moved in my interior, telling me, "My daughter, you are wrong. The maximum sacrifice of my mama was not only one, but they were so great and so many. For as many as were the sorrows, the pains, the circumstances, and the encounters to which her existence and mine were exposed, pains were always doubled in her, because my pains were hers, more than her own pains. Besides, my wisdom did not change direction with my mama. In each pain she was to receive, I always asked her whether she wanted to accept it, in order to hear that fiat being repeated to me in each pain, in each circumstance, and in each heartbeat of hers. That fiat resounded so sweet, gentle, and harmonious to me that I wanted to hear it being repeated in every instant of her life. This is why I would always ask her, "Mama, do you want to do this? Do you want to suffer this pain?" And my fiat would bring her to the seas of the goods it contains, and would make her understand the intensity of the pain she was accepting. This understanding through divine light, of that which step by step she was to suffer, gave her such martyrdom as to infinitely surpass the struggle which creatures suffer. In fact, since the seed of sin was missing in her, the seed of the struggle was missing, and so my will had to find another device, that she might not be inferior to the other creatures in suffering, because having to acquire by justice the right of Queen of Sorrows, she was to surpass in suffering all creatures together. How many times have you yourself not experienced this, that while you felt no struggle within you, as my will would make you understand the pains it inflicted upon you, you would remain petrified by the intensity of the pain, and while you were undone in that pain, you were the tiny little lamb in my arms, ready to accept it yet more pains to which my will would want you to be submitted. Ah, did you not suffer more than the struggle itself? The struggle is a sign of vehement passions, while my will, if it brings suffering, gives interpretedness, and with the knowledge of the intensity of the pain, it gives one such merit that only a divine will can give. Therefore, just as I act with you, that in everything I want from you, first I ask you whether you want it, whether you accept it. So I did with my mama. This, so that the sacrifice may be always new, and may give me the opportunity to converse with the creature, to be with her, and my volition may have its field of divine action in the human will. Now, as I was writing what is written above, I could not continue on, because my mind was entranced by my senses from a beautiful and harmonious chant accompanied by a sound never before heard. This chant called the attention of everyone and harmonized with the whole of creation and with the celestial fatherland. I write all this to obey. As I was hearing that chant, my Jesus told me, "My daughter, hear how beautiful it is. This sound and chant is a new canticle, formed by the angels as homage, glory, and honor to the union of the divine will with your human will. The joy of all heaven and of all creation is so great that, unable to contain it, they play and sing." After he said this, I found myself inside myself.